G'day champions, I'm Jax, this is J&D Creations, and today we're going to be talking about the Carbatec DC-1200P. So I did a little researching on YouTube and I couldn't find any videos on this machine apart from the ones that Carbatec has released themselves. There were a couple of combination videos that it was included in, but nothing standalone. And surprisingly, I get a number of messages every week asking me about my dust collection system. So I figured I'd just wrap all those questions up into one video and then it's there for anyone to use. So let's go and check out this machine. So the DC-1200P is a 1500 watt or 2 horsepower unit. I upgraded to this machine from the 1 horsepower unit about 12 months ago. I will note right off the bat that I got a second-hand unit and hence the middle section is white. The newer model of this machine is all blue to suit the Carbatec style. That's still a Carbatec badge there. Just an old one. Now this machine is one of the largest ones that you can get while still having a 10 amp plug on it, which is very important for me and other people who have a workshop at home. If you don't want to pay to install 15 amp power, that is. It's got a 480mm drum on it, and the filter bag that comes with the machine will filter down to 5 microns. Now Carbatec do sell a cartridge filter that will fit straight on this machine, which will bring you down to about 1 micron, I believe. Obviously that is an additional purchase to this dust collector, but it's essentially plug and play. It'll go straight on. And it is an investment that I am looking at making soon. Now when it comes to how much room this is going to take up in your shop, you're looking at about 560mm by about 850 and just under 2 meters high. Now this unit is powerful enough to run on 2 machines at once, and because of that you're going to find 2 4-inch or 100mm outlets right there on the front. This dual combination is also fantastic for tools like my bandsaw that have 2 outlets on them. Now if you've got a setup similar to mine, any of the tools that I use, I would recommend that you go no lower than a 2 horsepower unit. A 1 horsepower unit just is not powerful enough to clear the chips out of bigger tools like the Tablesaw that I've got, the thicknesser that I run, or my bandsaw. It wasn't really good for much at all apart from vacuuming the floor. This unit on the other hand is a hell of a lot more powerful and does exactly the job I need it to do. Now if you buy this machine new, you'll get a 2-year warranty on it from Carbatec, and it is a very low cost machine to run. For instance, it was only a couple of months ago that I actually bought new bags for the bottom. Up until that point, I was just tipping the dust out into another bin and reusing the bag. You can buy replacement bags in packs of 10 from Carbatec, and in all seriousness, it'll last a long time. The same goes for this bag on top. If you choose not to replace it with a cartridge filter, you can just throw it in your washing machine and it will come out looking brand new. A little word to the wise though, before you go and take that dusty bag and put it in your washing machine in your house. Make sure the spare room is set up good and proper, the bed's comfy, and the pillows are fluffed, because your missus is gonna be pissed. So the thing I hate most about this machine is that it collects dust. Just hear me out for a second. It collects the dust, and then it has the audacity to expect me to get rid of the dust. Now, if you're looking at purchasing this machine, I assume you're a woodworker, and all good woodworkers know that we don't empty dust collectors until it's too late, really. This is probably the earliest I've ever emptied this bag, and I'm doing it purely for this video. Normally I push it out until we're hitting the brim, and that just becomes an absolute nightmare to change. All in all, the experience itself is quite difficult. Aside from increasing suction capacity, upgrading to a dust collector that does not use a bag is a major reason why I would replace this machine. But I don't have the electrical capacity to run a 3 horsepower unit, and I don't have the space in my shop for such a big unit either. So I've got to keep changing bags. Let me show you a bag change. How inconvenient is it that the spring broke as I'm filming this? So champions, there's not a hell of a lot more I can say on this dust collector. It is what it is. It's got one job, and that is to save our lungs. And I must say, it does a really good job of that job. If and when the time comes that I can upgrade my shop to a larger space, I certainly will look at upgrading to a 3 horsepower unit. But I don't think I'll actually get rid of the 2 horsepower unit when I upgrade, because it is really good and it would be handy to have hooked up directly to one machine. I attach 2 4-inch hoses to my machine with blast gates on them, and I just leave those connected. I use the blast gates to isolate which hose gets used, and I run the hoses to all the machines around my shop. If and when I can upgrade to a 3 horsepower unit, I will look at putting in a permanent line to every machine. But we work with what we can, and the DC-1200P is the perfect option for the at-home woodworker or hobbyist such as myself. It gets tucked away in the corner. It's a noisy bastard, but it does its job. And for anyone wanting all the specs, because I don't want comments down there that I left stuff out, you're looking at 1200 CFM from this machine. Go on, leave your comments down there. What did I miss? Anyway, legends, that's another Aussie tool reviews done and dusted. If you like this video, make sure you head on over and check out my Aussie reviews playlist, where I go over a number of different machines in my shop because there are no Aussies who are doing this. So I'm filling a needed market. So I keep telling myself. If there's anything in particular that you want me to review in my workshop, make sure you leave me a comment down below and I will get it sorted. Until next time, stay safe, look after yourself, and I will see you later.